welcome back. Now we're about to let the dogs in, and I'm sure they'll be on their best behaviour, because our next guest would certainly have a bone to pick with them if they're not. She's an expert in training dogs and understanding canine behaviour, and as a result has earned the title The Dog Listener, which was the title of both her first book and Channel 5 series. She's just released a second book, The Practical Dog Listener, and she joins us now. Please welcome Jan Fennell, along with her German Shepherd Sadie and Springer Spaniel Jake. Oh, we're having a doggy day today, so we are. Now listen, Jan, you're under a lot of pressure here because these dogs, Sadie and Jake, have got to be impeccably behaved with your reputation. Have they ever let you down in public?
No, because you see, they're not perfect. I don't want them to be. I want to be what they are, which is canines. Right now, they've come in here and thought, where are we? And I'm going to let them decide for themselves that it's okay. I'm not going to tell them to lay down or anything like that. Let them have a look around. That's fine. They're inquisitive. But they're not badly behaved. All they're going to do is, and then they decide to lay down when they're ready, when they've taken it all in.
Because I met them upstairs, and yourself, of course, up in the dressing rooms, and it's amazing how quickly they respond to you. I mean, Jake, Sadie, and they just completely, you know.
Because the whole thing makes sense to them. You see, I'm their leader of their choosing, not because I own them, therefore I bully them, not because I insist on them doing my will. It's not like that. I give them every reason to believe in me.
Right.
And they do that.
Now, this is all this great doggy psychology, which we're going to get into.
No, it's not. It's a language, communication. It's just a language. It's not even psychology, Kay. All it is language. We'll use in English. Now, look, what happens? She's made one decision. You see, you don't have to just give them orders all the time. They'll make the right decision as she has.
But then how did you start to understand their language?
Well, quite honestly, it was a case of, I saw Monty Roberts, you know, the horse whisperer.
The horse whisperer,
And there he was, communicating, these horses doing exactly what he wanted, calm, happy. I thought, I want into this. So what I did was go away, and as he did, I studied canines in the wild, which was wolves, dingoes, wild dogs, and instead of putting my human emotions onto them, I cleared the decks, and I thought, what's important to the canine? Feeling safe. You see what I mean? This has just proved a point.
Yeah,
I didn't have to say anything. They've just sussed it out. Okay, that's cool. You know. Now they took what's priority to them: food, feeling safe, and that's it. They don't care about anything else.
What prompted you into this in the first place? I know you met Monty Roberts, but prior to that you had another wee dog of your own, didn't you?
That's right, Purdy, yes. I mean, she was a sweetie little thing, and she was a rescue dog. But what happened was, we got her home, and she seemed to be over the top crazy. You know, she was always leaping around. Oh, she put my son through a glass door, then she bit my daughter. She was only a baby. And the family was saying, she's a wrong one, put her down. And I'd use the old-fashioned obedience with her. And it worked before with my border collie, and I couldn't understand why it hadn't worked. And in those days, I said the great words, I'll never have another dog. I did, I said this. Anyway.
You've got 7 now, is that right?
No, 13.
Famous last words.
Yeah, his famous last words. But anyway, then I used to run obedience classes to try and help people, because you see people, the dogs pulling on the lead, jumping up, tearing up the home, and I try and help, but it was always in the traditional accepted method, which was obedience. You will do as I say because I say so. And it never sat comfortably with me. I've never been that sort of authoritative person. My way has always been, hey, let's do it together. Isn't it a good idea? Let's have fun.
Yeah,
I didn't train my kids. You know, we made games of different things, and they learned. And I didn't know how to go about it in the right way until I saw Monty with the horses. Actually, I was with him yesterday. It was fantastic. And, you know, there it was. And I thought, if you can work with horses like this, you've got to be able to work with dogs. Took a lot of research on my part.
Well, listen, Jen, let's talk about practical applications, because your second book here is about applying your philosophy.
That's right.
You know, when you get a new dog, or also if you've got a dog that's got problems. And we've got a couple of clips here which I think will help us illustrate it. Now, the first one is Zach, who's a German Shepherd dog, who hates police uniforms, and unfortunately his owner was a copper.
That's right.
A bit of a problem. So let's have a wee look at Zach.
Zach, give up. In, Zach. Yeah, as you can see, he's not right.
Hello, hey, come on. Now is he reacting like that to your uniform or to me?
To uniform. It's the uniform. If you want to go along behind me, then you'll see he's just wanting to get out at way.
Yeah, he can't get it back.
And he can't get it back at city, and that's what he's after doing. He's just getting out
He's
at
just
way.
wanting out at way.
He's going really low, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's careful. See, that's the reaction to you, is that one?
Yeah, he doesn't like me, does he? Apart from the barking, he's like
Yeah.
pretending not to be here, isn't he?
Yeah,
See,
he
if I
thinks
go-
if he goes any lower... Look, he's trying to get it back up there now.
Not a happy bunny at all.
No, you see,
What was
all-
going through Zach's head?
what he was thinking was, I don't like this, I want to put as much distance between that and myself as possible.
Right.
And, you know, German Shepherd, traditionally seen as an aggressive dog, and you see a dog behaving like that, you've got this fear, and out of fear comes the aggression.
Right.
Now, if you look at her face, there's no fear. She knows where she stands. She has nothing to fear because I'm her leader of her choosing, and I make decisions.
Right, now this is something that I know that is very kind of core to your whole philosophy about who is the leader. Explain why that's so important.
It's important because if a dog is decision making in our society, it's potentially dangerous. Because, you know, we can say the light-hearted stuff of the dog believing its leader pulling on the lead, straightforward. You know, where should the leader be but up front? People let the dog off, where's the dog gone? You know, believes it's got to find new hunting grounds. But you get a dog that sees people and doesn't like it, and other people are stop it and shouting at the dog. Then the dog thinks, I'm in trouble here, I'm getting hurt because you're around, go away, and they will attack.
Right.
And that's what can lead to. Now, if you have a dog, because they can't understand our world, I can't. They can't understand our language. They don't understand, believe it or not, microwaves, televisions, cars. They don't understand those. We just assume they do. So when you cut all of that out and you say, okay, what do you understand? Hierarchy. They know that to cooperate with a leader, but the leader they have to choose. You cannot bully somebody into accepting you as leader.
Right.
You look at slaves.
And
Slavery.
you have got to be the leader. The owner has to be
You
the leader.
must, but you must have them elect you into that. You
Right.
cannot force your will.
So what did you do in Zach's case then?
In Zach's case, what we did, I said to him, right, let's have we got the change of relationship. When you come in, you ignore the dog till the dog settles down, then call it to you, showing that you can come and go, and the dog must take that, and then come when it's called nicely. When people came to the door, thank the dog, don't shout. When she barks to let me know somebody else, I say, good girl. She knows she's done her part.
Right.
Thank her. It's a subtlety. It's many, many subtle things that change the dog's mind.
Right.
And when you do that successfully, the dog can give up this awful decision-making and fear.
Right.
And that's what happened with Zach.
We've got another example, which is a fascinating one. You can talk us through this one, Jan. This is Charlie the Spaniel,
Yeah.
who has developed a habit for some reason of, well, he's scared of his own shadow, literally.
That's right.
Sort of licks the walls and stuff. Let's have
Yeah.
a look at Charlie.
Now, Charlie here, this will obviously start off as a game. Somebody saw the dog licking and doing that and made something of it. Now, it's very easy with a dog to make something of nothing. If anybody that's got a dog, go over and just scratch a piece of the carpet. Before long, the dog will say, what's that, what's that? So if a dog does that and you say, stop it, the dog becomes more and more and more neurotic. Add to that, a dog that believes its leader and cannot cope with its leadership. It's a stressed out dog, a very, very sad little dog, and it's a Springer Spaniel seen as being neurotic.
Right.
Well, this is an English Springer Spaniel, perceived to be neurotic. So you've got here the dogs that are perceived as being aggressive and neurotic. No,
No,
this
they
is
don't have to
that's
be.
what humans make them.
So what do you do with Charlie then in
Exactly
that
the same
situation?
again. Get the dog to give up the job of leader, first of all. That's always the core of it.
Right.
Change the way you treat the dog. No fear, no pain. You don't even raise your voice, let alone your hand. So there's absolutely no aggression. You silently take over the job of leader. And every time he went over to anything that he was licking, just take hold of him and bring him back to the owner and sit there.
Right.
And when he totally relaxed, let him go. Don't speak. Till then the dog starts to think, why am I doing this? That's what you want. You see, who's controlling
Right.
these dogs? It's not me. They are. This is not about controlling the dog. It's making the dog make the right decision. So I just took him away from the wall, sat there, and when he relaxed, let him go.
So it's being the boss, but not a big shouty boss.
Oh, no,
But
they don't believe in that. They don't believe in you if you're a big shouty boss. They only believe in the strong, silent one, which we know.
Yeah.
We know all these things, but it turned out our backs on them in the belief that canine wants you to go wee all the time.
You know, funnily enough, it doesn't sound as if doggy psychology is that different from human psychology at the end of the day anyway, because that's probably what we respond to too, isn't it?
Exactly. We respond
Yeah.
to kindness, but we also respond to... We like to know where we stand.
Yeah.
And that's what you get when you do this.
Well, you just stand where you are, or sit where you are. Well, Jan Fennell for the moment, which is coming back. Jan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jan is sticking with us because she's going to take your calls into phone in. So if you've got a badly behaved beagle or a disobedient Doberman, give us a call on the usual number, 020 7691 5000, or you can email us at openhouse@channel5.co.uk. And we'll be dealing with all of your pet hates at the end of the programme.